Back here on CBS Sports HQ, it was a pretty chaotic week in college football. We're looking at CBS Sports' latest college football quarterback power rankings. And Georgia's redshirt junior Gunnar Stockton surges to the top after a huge game, getting that win against Texas, up 12 spots to number 1. Marcel Reed avoiding that upset against South Carolina, coming in at number 2, up 8 spots there. Julian Sayin down 1 spot to number 3. And just a reminder, these are rankings. It's not a Heisman forecast, not a draft projection, or it's a season-long outlook. It's just a real-time evaluation of performances, what's going on week to week. You can find that at cbssports.com. And we have Danny Kanell here with us on set. Danny, we're going to give you 2 options. We're going to pit 2 of these quarterbacks against one another, and you're going to have to pick them.
Okay.
We're starting off strong, number 2 and number 6, Marcel Reed and Ty Simpson.
Ooh.
So Marcel Reed, obviously, what a game, because he wills A&M back to being down, 30-3 to South Carolina. And then on the flip side, Ty Simpson had some costly turnovers in that loss to Oklahoma. So at this point in time, based off of what you've seen so far, who would you pick, Marcel Reed or Ty Simpson?
And you said great game from Texas A&M's Marcel Reed. It was a great half. But the first half, it was like he wouldn't have been made this top list. He would have been the top 50. He would have been in the bottom 50. So this is really interesting. I'm trying to make sure they don't have any recency bias here, because I love Ty Simpson. I like both of these quarterbacks. They've both been really good for their teams. And Ty Simpson is coming off his worst game, and Marcel Reed's coming off his best half. But here is the difference for me in these two. The mobility of Marcel Reed. Ty Simpson does play behind a porous offensive line that they cannot run the football, and he's had to make a lot of throws under duress. And if he gets pressured, he's pretty much done, because he doesn't have the mobility that Marcel Reed does. Marcel Reed fits perfectly in Colin Klein's system. So I'll go with Marcel Reed, who did show the college football world that he is capable of throwing the ball in a situation where you need him to put the team on his back. I thought that was a huge step in the right direction for him. He's a dynamic playmaker. We know what he can do with his legs. For him to add that dimension, he's got incredible weapons on the outside in Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver. He's got a good run game. But I'll say, just against these two head-to-head, I'll go with Marcel Reed.
All right, so next up, we want to get to the quarterbacks of the teams that are ranked 1 and 2 in the latest CFP rankings in Ohio State and Indiana. So it's Fernando Mendoza and Julian Sayin on the flip side. If you had to pick one to be the quarterback of your team, who do you give the edge to?
So this one's hard, because these guys are really good. I'm going to go with Fernando Mendoza for a couple different reasons. Julian Sayin's been awesome, but it is just 10 games that we've seen him do this. Fernando Mendoza is playing awesome this year, but I also saw what he did at Cal when he elevated his team. I mean, that wasn't the first time. Remember the 98 yards with my boys? That original comment happened at Cal. He did it at Penn State with his boys there, too, on the game-winning drive. But I've seen him do it, and I've seen him do it with a cast around him that isn't as dominant. That's the question mark I have for Julian Sayin, is everything has been so clean, and he's always played from the lead, and he's played from the front. Fernando Mendoza has blended situations where he's had to play under duress. He's played in adversity. He's had to bring his team from behind at multiple schools. So I'll say Fernando Mendoza. They're both incredible quarterbacks, but if you said who would you take for one guy, I'll go with Mendoza.
Yeah, also became the first quarterback to reach 30 touchdown passes this season, this past week. Okay, finally, we have Jaden Mayava and Dante Moore. So with Oregon, USC, obviously a huge game, huge CFP implications on the line on CBS this week. When it comes to the quarterbacks, who are you giving the edge to?
So this one's probably the toughest, slightest margin, because I felt pretty convicted in the other ones. This one, I was like, man, I really could make a case for either one. I'll go with Mayava at USC, though. I've seen a little bit more consistency from Mayava. I've also seen him do it at another school, so he's played a little bit longer. And I know Dante Moore started at UCLA, but I want to forget about that if I'm even having him in this conversation. And I do think Dante Moore has been a little bit shakier. I just feel like the consistency of what Mayava has done has been more impressive. And it's not to say that I think Mayava's going to go into Eugene and beat Oregon, because it does take an entire team. I'm probably more worried about USC's defense. But I actually think Mayava's flying under the radar, because so many people have this expectation for Lincoln Riley and these quarterbacks that they have to win the Heisman Trophy and they have to be a #1 overall pick, because he's had several of them. And while he's not that, he clearly is not Miller Moss from last year. He's been an upgrade and one of the better quarterbacks in the Big Ten. So I like his consistency. I like his calmness. I like his coolness. I'll go with Mayava. Slightly over Dante Moore.
Okay. Really quickly, USC, are they getting into the playoff? What do you think?
USC, if they beat – I think this is an elimination game for Oregon. Not like totally done, but like it goes down to like 0.05% because they won't have any big wins. If USC beats Oregon, I think they will be thrust into a very, very crowded group of teams that are at 10-2, and I think you hold up their resume, it would stack up well against anybody, including this would be a top 10 win on the road. I think it would be one of the better wins of the season. Their losses aren't egregious. Notre Dame's in the conversation, so they would be in with Notre Dame. So I think USC, this is one that will thrust them into the conversation for sure.
A whole lot on the line. I had to ask if we're talking about Oregon and USC. Danny, we certainly appreciate it. And again, just a reminder, we have those full college football quarterback rankings over on CBSSports.com right now. As mentioned, number 15 USC and number 7 Oregon. It is our game of the week on CBS, 3:30 Eastern. And of course, you can stream all the action on Paramount Plus as well.